Welcome to practice. So we are going to get started seated today in Sukhasana, the pose that I'm in now. I'm sitting on a blanket because that's what gives me enough height to get my knees the same height as my hips or a little bit lower. So go ahead and set up your seat. You can sit up onto a blanket. You can sit up onto a block or two blocks or a cushion if you have one. Cross your right shin in front of your left. And if you feel like your knees are super hiked up, just give yourself more height. The more height you have, the more it's going to allow your knees to release over time. If they're not budging, don't stress about it. This happens over time, slowly. So right shin in front of the left. Bring your hands to the fronts of your knees, and then use your arms as leverage to try to get right on top of your sit bones. Start to pull your chest forwards. Feel your pelvis become a little bit more upright. And then if that caused your front ribs to kind of puff out, just think of knitting them towards each other. Relax your shoulders down and back. And then keeping this length in your spine, start to rest your hands in your lap with your palms up so the shoulders can open a little more. Let your eyes close or soften to begin. Just starting to connect inward with your body. And maybe this is the first time all day you've found a little stillness, or at least conscious stillness. Oftentimes we are physically still, but our minds are quite active and they're doing a lot of, mental work. That's a lot of mental activity that goes on, whether you're working or driving or cooking or even, walking the dog. And start to bring your attention onto how your body feels in this moment. We do want to feel aligned, but we also want to feel comfortable in our seat. So can you relax the shoulders a little bit, relax the belly. Slowly inhale through your nose, send the breath down into the low belly. And just as slowly exhale out of the nose, draw the belly back in towards center. Allow the belly to fill up with fresh air as you breathe in. Allow the belly to soften as you breathe out. And do that a few more times on your own, just slowly breathing in and out of the nose. And what are the effects on your physical body when the breath slows down? How do you feel? And what are the effects on your mind, the chit-chat when your breath slows down? And with your next inhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. As you exhale, let your eyes softly flutter open. And now inhale, reach your arms out and up. Bend your right elbow as you exhale, bring your left hand to the elbow. Try to get your right elbow to aim straight up. Squeeze it in and then press the back of your head against your arm so that your chin is level to the ground. You're not tucking your chin in. Now from here, bring your right arm out to the side. I thought I was mirroring you for a second. Turn your palm back so your thumb is pointing down. And now wrap your right arm behind you. Take a half bind so that right hand reaches towards the low back. If you can reach towards the right hip, do so. Take an inhale here, sit up taller. I know this is a weird shape with the arms. And now as you exhale, twist towards your right. And maybe you can inch that right hand closer to your left thigh. And then again, inhale, sit up even taller. Exhale, twist a little more. Spin your left ribs forward, your right ribs back. Take another breath here. And as you exhale, bring your left hand to the right near thigh. Use your left arm to now help you deepen the twist. Keep rotating your chest to the right. Try to roll the head of the right shoulder back. And then maybe turn the gaze over your right shoulder. One more full breath in. All right, and then exhale, release, come back through center. Bring your hands behind you, bring your feet to the ground, feet nice and wide. Come onto your heels and just do a little swish of the legs, left and right. And then you'll meet me back in Sukhasana, but now left shin in front of the right shin. Let's start with some sun breaths on this side. With your next breath in, reach your arms out and up. Maybe look up if it's okay for the neck. Exhale, pull your hands together in front of your heart. Inhale as soon as the arms go up. As soon as your hands lower, exhale. So link the movement with your breath. Let your breath lead you rather than the movement, which might mean that your movements have to slow down a little bit. Do it on your own. Take one more sun breath here. Just getting the shoulders to move, to get a little warmth in the body with the breath. And then again, inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, bend your left elbow. Use your right hand to try to get this left elbow straight up, pointing the ceiling. Press the back of your head against your arm. And if you're like me and your front ribs are really puffing out in a back bend, direct the front ribs in and down towards the frontal hip bones. Bring your left arm out to the side and turn your palm back so you internally rotate the shoulder, and then wrap your left arm behind you for a half bind. You're reaching your left hand towards the low back, maybe as close to the right hip as you can. Inhale here, sit up taller. Exhale, start to twist to the left. Inhale, sit up taller again. Exhale, twist a little more. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your right hand to your left knee or thigh. And then use that arm to kind of deepen the twist to the left. You can pull on your knee or thigh. Roll the left shoulder back as much as you can. Maybe turn the gaze over the left shoulder. One more breath in. And then exhale, release. Come back to center. Okay, you can come off whatever you're sitting on and come into a tabletop position on all fours. Shoulders right over the wrist, hips over the knees. Spread your fingers out. Begin with some cow cats. As you inhale, draw your heart forwards and up, slide your shoulders back. And as you exhale, reverse around the spine. And again, inhale, arch, open your front body. Exhale, reverse. Open the back body. And do that a few more times now. And just starting to move with the breath. Again, can your breath lead you, not the movement? Which often means we have to slow down because our minds are so fast. We're so ready to move fast that we have to remind ourselves it's okay to slow down. Start to come back towards center. Walk your hands forward a big 2 to 3 inches ahead of the shoulders. Make sure your hands are really shoulder width apart with your wrist creases parallel to the top edge of your mat. Down dog, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up. And if it feels nice, just do a little pedaling out of the feet. Bend into one leg and then the other. Relax the head and neck, maybe a little nod side to side, anything that feels nice here. Eventually, settle into a little stillness. Push the hips up and back. And now step your feet a little closer to each other. Raise your right leg to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Try to lift the right inner knee to the sky. Try to squeeze your left hip back a little more. Straighten the right leg. Square the hips. Breathe in. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Get toes in line with fingers. Give it a scooch forward if you need to. Drop your back knee and point the back toes. We'll make a kickstand with your back shin, so aim your back foot and shin off to the right. Climb your right forearm on your thigh. Look for a mini side angle, left hand to hip. Ground through that right heel as you bend the front knee. Make sure your knee is over your ankle. Make sure it's tracking over the center of your foot. And then reach your left arm to the sky, straight up if you'd like, or if you want extended side angle, turn the palm forwards and sweep your arm over your ear. Really try to straighten your top arm. Find more length in the side body. Try to turn your chest towards the long edge of your mat without letting this front knee come along for the ride. So can you turn your chest to the long edge of your mat, but push your front knee towards the wall behind you? Now very slowly start to lift the torso. We're going to turn to face the long edge of your mat. So you'll straighten the right leg, turn your toes to face the long edge of your mat. My back shin just kind of came along for the ride with me. Bring your arms out wide to a T. Breathe in. We're going to tip towards the back of the mat slowly. Exhale, bring your left hand down and reach your right arm to the sky. Press into the pinky side of your right foot. Wrap your right arm behind you and take a half bind. Reach whatever you can, and that right shoulder is in a position of internal rotation, making it hard to roll it back, but actively try to roll the right shoulder back. Every inhale, lengthen from the crown of your head to your outer back heel. Every exhale, roll the top shoulder back. Imagine you could turn your chest up to face the ceiling. One more cycle of breath here. And then as you exhale, bring your right hand down next to your left, so you're facing the back of the mat now. Step to a plank pose, facing the back of the mat. Breathe in. Drop to your knees, breathe out. Curl your tailbone under. Reach your chest forwards, take a full breath in. Let's lower for a count of 3, 2, and 1, all the way down. From here, reach your arms back by your sides, palms facing down for now. Press into your feet. Inhale, lift your head, your chest, your shoulders, and just hover your hands off the mat. So I find that when my palms are facing down, it's easier to roll the shoulders away from the floor. Now, without touching the ground, try turning your palms up to face the ceiling. You just internally rotated the shoulders. And then turn the palms to face down again. Externally rotate the shoulders. Internally rotate the shoulders, turn the palms up. Do that a few more times on your own. Try not to touch the ground with your hands, even though I just did twice, not gonna lie. Try to keep the gaze down so the back of the neck is long. Try to keep your arms straight and lift your heart a little higher. And now the next time your palms are facing down, pause. Bend your elbows, bring your hands down by your low ribs. Push up onto all fours, tabletop. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling my shoulders from that. Take a breath in and a breath out. Step your feet a little closer. Raise your left leg up. Bend your knee, open up the hip. Lift your left inner knee to the sky. Squeeze the right hip back. Straighten your legs, square the hips, breathe in. Step your left foot in between your hands as you exhale, toes in line with fingers. Drop your back knee, untuck the toes. Make a kickstand with your right shin. Move the right foot behind you to the left. Climb your left forearm on your thigh and bring your right hand to your hip. Make sure your left knee's over the ankle. If you find your knee going way past your ankle, inch your left foot forwards. Make sure that left knee's tracking over the center of the foot. And then either right arm to the sky or sweep your arm over your ear, palm down. Use your inhales to lengthen from the crown of your head to your hips. Use your exhales to roll the top shoulder back, the top ribs back. So trying to turn your chest towards the right, but pressing the front knee towards the wall behind you. One more cycle of breath like this. Start to make your way up. Straighten your left leg. Turn your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Back shin might kind of move towards the back of the mat now. Bring your arms out wide to a T. Breathe in. Slowly tip right hand down, left arm to the sky. And then wrap your left arm behind you for a half bind. So maybe your left hand's near the low back. Inch it as close to the right hip as you can. Roll the right shoulder back. Press into the pinky side of your left foot. Can you straighten your left leg? Push down with your bottom hand. And then without going into a back bend, so keep the front ribs drawing in, start to rotate the chest to the side, maybe even up a little bit. One more breath. Exhale, bring your top hand down next to the right. Face the top of your mat, come to a plank pose. Breathe in. Drop to your knees, breathe out, point your toes. Push the ground away from you. Reach your chest forwards, full breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down. Reach your arms back by your sides, palms facing down. Press down through your feet. Inhale, lift your head, your chest, your shoulders. Drop your gaze a little bit so that the back of the neck is long. Keep your arms straight, float your hands off the mat. Right now, your shoulders are in a position of external rotation. But now turn your palms to face the ceiling, internally rotate the shoulders. And then go between external and internal rotation a few times. Try to keep the arms straight. Try not to touch the ground. And rather than thinking about your hands and your wrists, bring your awareness into your shoulders. The movement is actually originating from your shoulders, even though it feels like your hands are doing the work. And now the next time that your palms face down, pause. Bend your elbows, bring your hands down by your low ribs. Walk them back so that your elbows are over your wrists. Squeeze your elbows in for low cobra. And now feel free to stay here in low cobra or press into your hands. Upward facing dog as you inhale. Roll the shoulders back, lift your thighs. One more breath. Down dog as you exhale. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Lift your heels and take a little stroll to the top of the mat. We'll meet in a forward fold, feet about hip bone distance apart. Bend your knees, let your head relax. Maybe grab your elbows, take a ragdoll. And now release the elbows. Keep a bend in your knees. Roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Once your chin lifts, inhale, reach your arms out and up. And exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Okay. Turn to face the long edge of your mat. We're just going to do another standing pose or two. Take a nice wide stance. And then from here, reach your right arm to the sky. Bend your elbow. Bring your right hand somewhere in the middle of your spine. Press your head against the back of your arm. Bring your left arm out to the side. Turn your palm back, your thumb pointing down. Gomukhasana arms. Start to walk your left hand up your spine and reach whatever you can. You can grab onto your shirt. If you can clasp fingers, do so. If you really want to grab a towel or belt, to do so. But it's perfectly fine just to hold onto your shirt here. Aim the right elbow up. Roll the left shoulder back. Turn your right toes forward now. Spin your left heel back. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bend your right knee for warrior two. Stack your knee over your ankle. Take a nice long stance. Ground through your front heel. Lift your right hip up and off your thigh so that you're not resting on it. Also try to aim the right elbow up. And then straighten your back leg. Push the left thigh back. And roll your left shoulder back. Your chest is facing the long edge of your mat. Maybe turn the gaze over the right foot. Take another breath here. As you exhale, you're going to reach your right arm to the sky. Take a half bind. Bring your left hand as close to the right hip as you can. Straighten the right leg. Reverse the triangle. Lean back. Keep your arms as they are. I know it's a little weird. Turn your toes back to face the long edge of your mat. Breathe in, reach up. And now exhale, fold. Bring your right hand down. It can be on a block, the ground. You can be on fingertips. Create a long spine. Hips over the heels. Heart forwards. Crown of head forwards. And then start to twist to the left. Roll your left shoulder back. Spin the right ribs forward. Feel the twist primarily in the upper body. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, turn your chest back down. Bring your hands to your hips. Lead with the chest. Come all the way upright. Okay. Shoulders are going to feel it today. Let's do the other side. Reach your left arm up. Bend your elbow. I like to use my right hand to help me. Try to get this left elbow in as much as I can. Bring your right arm out to the side. Turn the palm back. Internally rotate the shoulder. Walk your right hand up. Grab your shirt. Maybe clasp fingers. Maybe grab ponytail if it's back there. And now turn your left toes forward. Right heel back. Warrior two, bend your left leg. Ground through your front heel. Think about your left hip lifting up and off your thigh so you're not leaning on it. Think about your left elbow aiming up. And then roll the right shoulder back as hard as it is and straighten your back leg. Notice if your ribs are puffing out, lengthen the tailbone down. Start to turn your gaze over your left leg. From here, reach your left arm to the sky. Take a half bind with your right arm, straighten your left leg, reverse triangle, lean back. Keep your arms straight in both legs. Turn your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Breathe in. Exhale, fold, bring your left hand down. Rock forward, hips over the heels. Look a little forwards, don't look down. Breathe in. And then twist to the right, breathe out. So with that right shoulder in a position of internal rotation, it wants to cave in. Actively try to roll it back. Keep rotating the right ribs back, the left ribs forward. One more breath here. And then exhale, bring your right hand down. Come to a forward fold. If you want to grab your elbows, you can. If you want to walk your hands back, do so. Take any variation that feels nice. Relax the head, maybe take a little nod side to side. And then come onto your hands. And from here, just start to bend into one leg and then the other. Take a little side bend, side to side, stretching out the hips. All right, bring your hands to your hips. Lead with your chest, come all the way to stand. Walk your feet in. Let's meet at the top of the mat. Find your mountain pose. Rest your arms by your sides. Notice how your shoulders feel. Can you draw them down and back a little more? Press down through your feet as you reach the crown of the head up. And then with your next breath in, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, chest forwards, long spine. Plant your hands, step to down dog. And from down dog, drop to your knees. Swing your feet off to one side. Grab your blocks. So come into Baddha Konasana legs, soles of feet together, knees apart, and place your blocks under your thighs. Usually lowest or medium height works well. Bring your hands to your ankles or knees. Use your arms as leverage to try to get on top of your sit bones. Feel the base of your spine press in. Feel your heart lift a little higher and drop the shoulders. Take a breath here. And then as you exhale, hinge at your hips, come forwards as much as you can while you're hinging at the hips, not the waist. So as soon as you feel like, oh, I'm folding at my waist, not my hips, then you've gone a little too far. Relax the head. Relax your legs. That's what the blocks are for, to support the knees here. And from here, start to come back up. You'll stay in Baddha Konasana, and we'll come to Supta Baddha Konasana. So slowly recline onto your back. And once you come in, If you need to adjust at all, if you need to scooch forwards or backwards, do so. Rest your arms in a comfortable place. Could be out to the side with palms up. Could be somewhere on the torso with palms down. Let your eyes close, maybe soften. Soften the space between your eyes and relax the jaw. And then take a moment to check in with your body just as we did at the start of the class. Notice any shifts in your body. Maybe you feel a little more open. Maybe you feel a little less tense. Maybe your body just feels a little more grounded. Slowly breathe in through the nose. Fill up your low belly with air. Slowly exhale out of the nose. Draw the belly back in towards center. Slowly inhale. Slowly exhale. Notice the quality of your breath. As your breath slows down, can your body get a little more comfortable? Check in one more time. Where are you gripping? Where can you soften? Notice where your mind is. Notice without judging. And then notice how it feels to breathe into your body. Full breath in. Take an open mouth, clearing breath. And notice how it feels to breathe out. Find a natural rhythm of breath here, nothing forced. And keep your attention on the feeling of the breath. And I invite you to stay here for at least 5 to 10 breaths longer. If you can stay a few minutes, even better. And thank you so much for joining me in practice today. I will see you soon. Om Shanti. Peace.